Hi all, just another couple of matches here. These were recorded right after my last gameplay ones, where I was kind of coining and starting up with Arcjets, and it's a couple more rounds, basically putting that strategy into place. I really enjoyed these matches, think you'll enjoy them as well, so see how you go. It reminds me of the skull keys from Doom. 5x5 RIP. What is that actually from? It's not the skull key from Doom. Anyway, let's see what we've got. Okay, supply specialist, arclights, and sledges looks good to me, especially because I'm opening with this kind of, I need a name for it, this kind of Phoenix, sledges, arclights, fangs build lately. What should I call it? If I'm going to keep doing this. Well, I've won once with it, and the great thing about Mechabellum is that nothing is like so OP, you can just do it, and not have something answer it, so maybe if I keep trying to do it, I'll quickly find someone who beats me with it and shows me, hey, here's what it's weak with, you know? Still though, I need a name. You there in the comments, what should I name this strategy? That I'm about to try and do again. Cost control specialist, 100 supply every round. The attack of all units lowered. I have supply specialist. Remember, as we do go into kind of a plan here, to not be rigid to it, be flexible. Mechabellum, the name of the game is being flexible and using your brain and thinking on the fly and adapting on the fly. That said, storms and crawls. Okay. Yeah, open with the fangs again, I think. Get in position. Again, do not do column sledgehammers, even though they'll be better against the fangs, I mean against the crawlers, because they will be much, much worse against the storm crawlers, and we do not want that. Put the sledges in the middle a bit more. Fangs over here. Like so. Okay, have them a bit further up just so they can help with the storms in general. But remember, the other thing is, like, we don't want to be... We want to still be kind of forward with our deployment. Save this for next time. We're going to be kind of forward with our deployment because we want to be able to, if we plan to flank, like, commit to flank later on, we want to be able to support that, you know what I mean? Where did I place my fangs last time? I might have placed them worse here. I think, like, keep them semi-close to the Arclight, so the Arclights can support them, is good and important. Alright, let's see how this goes. So they invest in just a ton of crawlers up front, really far away from their artillery, which is weird. Very odd. I have 3 Arclights, which is way better than starting with 2 Arclights. Having 3 Arclights lets you not be weak to crawlers in the middle. They bought more crawlers against my sledges and Arclights too, which again is a... If I may swear, just this once, YouTube, a fucking weird choice. But maybe they have their own plan. Just like it's kind of like a little bit weird for me to buy fangs against crawlers and stormcrawlers, I guess. You know, up front, it's not about what's only happening now, it's about future. This is a game of 4D chess, quite literally. The 4th dimension is time. This is 4D chess. The storms still do pretty good against everything I have because it's all very slow. Something to consider, but I am still going to win. That would have gone a lot better for them if their crawlers had been positioned further back, I think. Like, just having the crawlers die before the storms even have time to do anything. I think they were more planning that, like, the crawlers soak my line while the storm crawlers shoot missiles into the tar pits. Ooh, girl, it's business time. Grab strike specialist. Now, what else do they buy? I think it's time for the Phoenixes, because again, it rounds up my comp. And I can do a flank with them. Don't really need them on the front, so just put them on either side. If they get Mustangs on both sides, obviously, this is bad for me. But as it is, let's see what they actually do. Yeah, just go like that. They buy balls. They are done. They have no anti-air. Round 2 is always a very scary time to get air units against your opponent who doesn't start with any AA, because it's like, if you didn't do that, if you did not decide in round 2 to unlock an anti-air unit, well, you're going to have a time that will probably make you feel very bad. Now, the balls are good against sledges, for sure. And my front line is weaker here, as a result. Don't know why the balls go against fangs here, kind of odd, instead of the sledges. But either way, the Phoenix is coming from behind. And just taking out both towers at once lets them level really hard, and also just means our front line isn't going to do so bad anymore, which is great. Thank you, thank you. Very nice. I didn't place him at the front, did I? I placed him at the back, I hope, so I can place Arclights in the front. Where did I place those Phoenixes? I clean up really nice. My front line would have lost there about the flanks. I placed them at the back, good. So now we can do the thing, right? Now we can try and do the hard read into they're going to go Mustangs is the idea. Smoke bomb on the storms would be nasty too. They're probably going to go extended range as well. Redeployment is really good for my flanking games though. Upgrade this. So the idea now is to go Fangs and Armored Arclights on the flanks, remember? Fang, Arclight, Armor. And they might just missile, so again, you gotta like place so that it doesn't just immediately happen to you. But yeah, we want to place like the... You gotta be careful, you don't want to draw the storms over, so you can't actually deploy like fully forward. Ah! Or forward at all, damn. Annoying. I guess you can here. Oh, it's so annoying though. I don't want that. I don't want you to shoot my... I don't want you to shoot my fangs. I don't want you to see them. Don't perceive my fangs. If I go like this, I'm very missile-able is the problem. But if I go like this, I can be sniped. Worry about that later. Worry about that later. Just have it be like this for now. And then what do we want back here? Probably another unit of Phoenixes just in the middle. Probably, I can't commit to both flanks at once, so jump drive these ones away. And then go like this. And let's do another unit of Fangs that are forward here. That we try to have the balls go onto first, while these Phoenixes will kill them. Is my Planny-Anny. Planny-Anny, Annie. And I can probably use like a missile here to just like stop a bunch of that too. So they missiled this, which gets some of the Fangs. Does get into the arc, but with Flank Specialist comes in, fuck you, eat shit. So read like a book, we're good on the flank there. Read like a book, I love that move so much. It makes me feel like I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, but it makes me feel like I'm doing Yu-Gi-Oh, you know. my trap card! Armored Arclight! What? We win the front line anyway, so it doesn't matter too much either. We place Fangs. I didn't see how they did, but the Fangs are meant to screen the balls from the the sludges from the balls for a while. And we mess them up. Very nice. And again, we just have a good overall comp here. The enemy should be reeling at this point. They should be like, what is going on? That is the idea anyway. Deploying 3 units at once is nice. Deploying units for cheaper is almost nicer. I think just deploying 3 units at once is always too good though, to pass up. Go like this. Now, especially because we're still winning on that flank, we want to try and go on the other flank at the same time. Just doing the same thing, I think. So again, Sacrificial Fangs, eating some of the missile. And then Armored Arclight, when it has time to warp in, again, killing many Mustangs. Place it so normally it would tank them. And I can actually afford to buy another unit of Phoenixes here, which, again, in the air, should be a good time. I think, actually, don't put the Phoenixes on the flank here. Put them here, and we just need to keep killing the enemy's balls before they run rampant through us, you know? So this will be good here. The enemy might flank me too, which could be like an interesting tempo reversal here. What are they going to do? Probably just missile me more is what I would do. It'll be like, ugh. So here... Missile gets the starting Fangs, but Flank Specialist card is amazing here because again, lets me get in, and again, your Mustangs. Your next word will be Mustang Flank Counter. The Storms do actually not enough help there. Gotta watch out, I'm glad I reinforced my front here because yeah, just the front line is weak. My front line is weak to their balls because I've invested so much in the flank, but investing in the flank pays off. Their Mustangs aren't coming in, I kill their towers. I have Phoenixes in the back here to kill their balls just barely before I lose my own towers. So I think it was the right choice to have the Phoenixes in the middle there to be killing the enemy's balls. And die, Stormcallers. Die, die, die. We like it, we like it, we like it. We like it, we like it! Yes, what? Hello? Round 4. Okay, let's keep it going. This isn't just like physical wins. The importance in a game like this can't be overstated, I think, of like just morale and initiative and tempo advantage here of them reacting to everything I'm doing and trying to react on all sides at once. They are not winning on these flanks. They can see that. They are winning on the front line, so now is the turn, I think, to shore up our front line, though. Oh, with shields could be discussed. They have okay, they're going hard into the crawlers with Replicate. So this is where either more Arclights for me, or Vulcans. I think whichever already invested in the Arclights, it makes more sense to go for them. And then maybe like a Fortress in the middle, or just more Phoenixes actually to kill their Bowls. So Arclights and Phoenixes here, because they're going heavy into the Crawlers and the Bowlers, and I think that's what's getting me. I can also get EMP on the Sledges to just turn off the Replicate tech and turn off the Mechanical Division tech. If I can afford it. If I can afford it here. I could also just go Overlords. Overlords also... Nah, I feel like it's going to be stronger here to just go, like, Arcs and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, hurry the hell up, because, Beagle, it's time. Don't get caught out just not doing anything here. Do you want to go for more Arcs? Go for the EMP tech. And then maybe just go for some shields. Well, shields don't help against any of their units, really, so instead, maybe just more Phoenix to kill more of them quicker and unlock a free unit. Okay, was this the right call? They get anti-air spec on the Mustangs, which does let them shoot the aggro of the Phoenixes faster, which is good there, but it still doesn't deal with, you know, the Arclights. Their front line is getting obliterated faster with my Arclights now, killing their commitment into Crawlers, because they commit into Division Balls. My EMP on the Sledges V Balls slows them down coming in to make them even less effective, and makes the range gap more noticeable between Sledges and Balls. And it also turns off their Mechanical Division, which... GG. I like this. I like this strategy. A little voice in my head is like, Beagle, won't this make your videos look like really boring if you just keep doing this strategy and it keeps working? I think that is a content creator's dumb brain thinking of how to make a good thing seem less good to himself at the time, and I think this game is full of good players and very good strats, and someone is going to, if I keep doing this, the quickest way to see what beats this is to keep doing it until someone beats it, and see how I lose. Worked really well again here. It makes for quick rounds. Because, boy, it wins commandingly when it wins. Again, just being able to get, like, that... I never even used this in the end, I don't think. Did I? No. But it's good to have. Just being able to get that, like, commanding early tempo win. Because being able to win on your front line and the flanks at the same time requires pretty commanding, dominant, like, composition v composition. Like, you need to be trashing them to be able to get away with this, right? To be winning on every side at once. And in this case... that is because it all depends on that really easy read. You can see how these flanks would fall apart immediately, if not for the fact that we know players are likely to go Mustangs against the counter, against the flank, especially when you do the Phoenixes in round 2. It's like, anti-air time! Tunguska's! You know, and then we perfectly say hello to that with our Arclight Armor Enhanced. Yeah, so I think what is going to beat this? We're going to keep doing this, I think, until it gets beaten. You know, unless it goes something ridiculous, and then we just do something else for variety's sake. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to get beaten soon. Like, it can't be that strong. And I think the big thing is not knee-jerking the Mustangs. Especially, like, you have to be able to be like, the Mustangs are not the answer here. Instead, go for something else. I think when your army has flank protection from the start, it'll be better. Like the way I deploy, where you have Arcs, Fangs, and Phoenixes. This, you know, can defeat this in that sense. Because you're not just going Mustangs, and you have that from the beginning. But I'm happy to see how this worked, because Balls and Crawlers beats Sledges and Fangs in a vacuum. More Arclights definitely help there when you go harder into the Balls and Crawlers, but Balls are the natural predator of Sledgehammers, and Crawlers defeat Fangs in one-on-ones. So together, that's why we were actually getting quite eaten up in that round 4, whatever it was, because I think they committed hard to the Crawlers and I didn't really pay attention to it. It's like, oh, that's what's happening. It's just, you know, Sledges are anti-crowd, but they're not that much anti-crowd when you just overwhelm with enough crowd. And that's why just doing a line of Arclights is great. I absolutely love Arclights because they're so cheap, and their armor enhancement is so cheap as well, it's only 100. It's very easy to just be like, oh, you're going heavy into Crawlers, I go heavy into Arclights. Go away. You know, stop doing that. Especially when you already have anti-air in the form of Fangs for Wasps, and in general, and then Phoenixes for other Phoenixes and Overlords. You are then left in these really nice positions so far of this in like the round 2, 3, 4, 5, well, round 3, 4, 5, where you have the option to do whatever you want because you've already covered your bases, whereas if you start with a very like single-minded comp, like Balls, Crawls, and Storms, and everything you do targets ground, or like it's all about a certain kind of like aggressive rush. You are not. You are not, or you are already, like, in those upcoming rounds, like, you have to do certain things to answer certain things the other person does. Whereas because my comp starts out flexible and all-rounded and stays that way, I then have the room to decide what I would like to do, not what I need to do. Anyway, worked pretty good. Maybe we should try and play another one. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Who's gonna stop me? We're gonna find out who's gonna stop me. Something's gonna shut this down hard, and I'm gonna be like, oh, like I'm trotting out like my new, oh, let's name this, guys. Let's name my new strategy. Top comment names my strategy. And like, this is gonna like just fall down hard. Someone's gonna like, bam, body this, and it's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna name it the losing strat. But no, like, this seems like a strong strat that I'm gonna keep in my toolbox unless I see it be like really like just bodied by some weakness I don't see in it yet. What I would like to do is actually come up with like a bunch of like opener strats like this, basically opener plans that I can go into a match with based on what the starting specialist cards and stuff is. And then I can be quite flexible in that sense. What do we got here? We see speed specialist arcs and sledges, elite specialist arcs and phoenixes, quick supply fangs and phoenixes. All three of these could work. Speed Specialist isn't bad for Fangs being useful in general, and also lets the front line collapse in on the flank better. I almost want to see you with Elite Specialist, but I almost don't. Let's just go with Speed Specialist for now. I'm not brave enough yet to try with Elite, you know? Someone left a comment on one of my videos being like, there should be a separate ladder for content creators because you're just roping the other person by talking, using all your time. Buddy, I use all my time, just to answer you here on the video. I use all my time even when I'm not recording, by the way. I just talk less and think more. Anyway, so they are supply specialists. Let's think now. Arcs and balls. Kills the sledges early on. Fangs, to start with, is our standard, even if we lose the first round. Even if it's not like... I wish I could just recommend a damn formation for myself here. Let's keep going with our standard kind of formation here. Though, in this case, I feel like I want... Do I want the... I was gonna say, do I want the sledges to be tanked for by the infantry? I think I still don't. Arcs are still useful here, even though they're not useful against the starting comp, because they're likely gonna get, like, crawlers or something against me. Is that our marksman? What I would expect. We place the arcs so that when a future line of units goes here, they don't all get killed by the same missiles. 4. Is this the round? Is wannabe Phoenix going to humiliate me and turn me from Soyjack destroying YouTube Chad to crying Soyjack man, very sad, completely unbased and cringe? Let's find out. Missile comes out, just gets like less units than it could have there. Marksman I think will kill my comp pretty good though. I think I lose this round. Because the Arclight's going to the Fangs now, and I have nothing to kill the Bulls. So I definitely lose this first round, I think. I am the crying Soyjack man for this first round. Definitely. Definitely, definitely. And that's something to look at for the future rounds. This is bad. So, the starting comp of, you know, balls, and this is like where we'll see in hindsight, you know, was it okay to have a plan and start in with a Fang anyway, even though it like plays straight into their comp just to die? Or, you know, was this a great example of a round one where it's like, okay, now this is where you'd want to start with a different strategy because their starting comp is going to really make you feel the pain. We're going to find out. In this case, we have Intelligent Marksman, which I feel like they might go for. Ooh, mass-produced Rhino. Shield Device Specialist. Could be okay. And I think just Tech Specialist all around long could be useful as well. So in this case, we're not going to go straight to the Phoenixes because we don't have the money for it, I think. I do feel like I need to deviate here immediately from how things have gone. Marksman of my own or a Rhino. A Rhino could be nice, even a flank Rhino. This player seems good. I feel like they're going to be ready for something on the flank. But I don't know what they're going to be ready for. I feel like even if I get a flank win too here, like, my comp just sucks in general. What I really need here is single target. A part of me is like, I don't want to go into Marksman because it, like... words. I know how to say words. They're really fun and I like to say them. I don't want to go into Marksman because it probably doesn't win me enough. I'm gonna go for just something cheesy here. And if I lose, well, you know what? Maybe I deserve to. where I just go for... It's a little bit cheesy, but just like crawlers on the flanks. It ain't easy being cheesy, folks. I'm going to save money for the next round. We're going to see how this works. Because I want crawlers anyway. They go Mustangs, which will work this round, but probably not next round. So I think I still lose this one. Because they placed the Mustangs there even before I placed anything there, just as like a default unit. But I don't think there was really much else I wanted to do. I wanted to do crawlers in general, but I didn't want them to be involved in the frontline Arclight slaughter. So that's why I placed the crawlers on the sides there. Now the question is... And I think this player seems pretty competent, and they've got my number a lot. The question is, do we now leave those crawlers in the wind now that we're getting bodied so hard in these first rounds? Or do we try to commit harder to that now? This might be the moment to commit on the sides of the armor enhancement, while we still try to get enough money to get some Phoenixes in the middle to kill the balls. So I think this is the commitment point. So, Airdrop Rhino could buy me a bit of time here to get it done, too. Deployment Module is also useful. My Arclight is doing nothing in the center, so Deployment Module in it would be probably better. Here's what we're going to do. We put Deployment Module on you. We get Armor Enhancement, which is even cheaper for the Arc. We place it right here. And we're going to place another one on the other side, I think. And try to mirror that up. Meanwhile in the center, maybe you don't even do that because maybe I just need more Phoenixes instead. Because we do need to kill their balls. Really need single target. We're well overdue for single target. So get at least 2 of them. And I think maybe do it on both sides. Go mass recruitment and do an arc on this side as well. Where I didn't place the crawlers in a way I could really do this. But that's okay, we'll go like this. Go like this. And then I think 3,000. 2271. Just leave the money again. Okay, now the Phoenixes should aggro onto this Rhino and be perfect for obliterating it. Yes, please. Thank you, God. Please hurry before it kills the tower. Please hurry before it kills the tower. Oh, God. Oh, God, don't kill my tower! Ooh, that was so close. Okay, the Arclights do fantastic against the Stangs. And because we used Redeployment Module to move one of the center Arclights that was doing nothing to the side... Ooh, but fuck. They still beat me up on the right. I win on the left, which is good, but the level 2 balls beat me up on the right. And now it's all about getting through to the tower, which I can't really do. So I think I still lose just off of that. Because the Phoenixes are going to be too busy while paralyzed, and the Marksman's going to kill him. Yeah. And the Arclights can't get through the shields. So, not bad, went better, but still losing. Just because I'm losing so hard to their front line. And this is what we said about this comp in previous iterations, previous examples of it, is that you want your front line to be winning so that you have the flexibility to branch out to the flanks like this. I think what you can see here is that rather than doing Arclights on both sides, maybe what I should have done instead is put another unit of Phoenixes here to try and stem what's happening with the balls. Or maybe at this point, next round, I just need like more crowd on the second line. I think I need like some second line Fangs working with some more Phoenixes to try and, you know, hold the balls off. Or maybe even crawlers. Fangs don't really have the damage to get through the balls here. I think what I really need is crawlers, but I do need the enemy's Arclights to be dead by the time I have them hitting. But I think maybe crawlers and Phoenixes is what could tie up the balls long enough here. Ooh, or I could just make my own balls. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them. I could just actually do my own balls against you. Which would also be valid. Keep a lot of crawlers. I want to say, like, maybe they're preparing to go into ball crawl themselves. Sorry, more ball crawl themselves, like more tech and stuff. Whatever I need to do here, I need to do it good. Like, I need to do it big. This has to be I really need to solidify my front line this round. While they hopefully are busy dealing with my flanks. Which isn't too hard because I've got the Phoenixes there. They can bring in marksmen and stuff. What do I do? Do I do subsidized steel balls? I feel like maybe I do subsidized steel balls. And I just try to, like, get a lot of balls in return. Because I feel like that's going to be the easiest way to answer your shit, is to do it back to you. I've already got a lot of other stuff. We're going to do it. I need frontline and single target at the same time. We're going to do balls. I might even do upgraded balls. So I can compete with yours, I think. So we're going to do elite recruitment. 2 balls. 2 furious. I really want to upgrade these arcs, but I also want to get another unit of balls for 3 of them, I might go into debt for it. Just to make sure that I'm not left behind in the race of the balls. It's greedy. It's greedy to do this. It is greedy to do this, but I need a turnaround. I feel I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the defensive missile like here. And, oh god, fucking place the balls. Meanwhile, Beagle, place the balls. Oh god. So the incendiary there, which will kill a lot of my other stuff. You see, this is what we were talking about, how we want to have the Arclights behind so that the marksman can't just be placed like that to counter them. So that's really showing the weakness of that positioning, which we kind of expected. But now, it's just going to be, hey, can my massive balls beat out your balls because you were busy dealing with my flanks this round? Let's see. It's scrappy. They've got a lot of good marksmen. You got to watch out for that. Their marksman core is building up nicely. I've lost a lot of my crowd control already. Thank goodness I still have 1 arc going for now. But it's really scrappy here, and those shields are going to do a lot for them. Getting stuck on these shields here is going to be my death sentence, I think, and I'm not even going to get the kill it. Close but no cigarillo. And that's just because, like we said in our planning for this strat ages ago, this is the problem with having the arc here. Yes, you don't all get hit by 1 missile, but now you can be done like this. So I need to put more crawlers in there to chaff for that, which wastes my precious time this turn, doesn't make me as strong as I could. Oh, shield airdrop though. Mass-produced Wasp is also here and a thing, and they are quite ground-heavy, but they have a lot of Mustangs too. I think Shield Airdrop, because it can do something really nasty here. Remember, I'm in debt too, so cheap solutions are good. So I didn't know this, but Shield Airdrop can actually... Shield Airdrop can actually just do this, where you can shield in a flank of the enemy. I did not know this. I wonder if maybe you can shield already, I just didn't know it as well. Hang on a sec, let me upgrade. It's like a specific point. I don't know, maybe you can do it with normal shields. Upgrade. I was looking okay in the center, but then I just got, like, rammed through. I still need more single target. I think what I could really use here is, like, damage sharing or something. Even though it plays into the hands of their balls a bit, is good in general against them, I don't know. Or maybe just, like, more Phoenixes again. Just more single target in general in the front might be what I need. Yeah, like, I got a pretty good comp in general. Let's not put all our eggs in 1 ball basket. Let's just get more Phoenixes, I think. Oh, I wonder if they got, like, mass-produced Wasps on my side. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good at all. Should I place the Phoenixes differently for that? They've definitely got my number, folks. I wonder if I can bring this around. I'm definitely, like, I'm losing every round. But can we bring it around? What are they gonna do? No mass-produced Wasps on my flanks. They go range enhancement marksman. I think they're really relying on those strong marksmen now. The shield allows my Arclight to, with the crawlers, to win on the side. Balls come in. I got level 3 balls to contend with here, but I got a lot of Phoenixes to kill them with. Do a lot of damage. We win on the left. Goodbye, Power Tower. Very nice. That's just what we need. I was already winning the front line too, so we love to see that as well. You want to pay attention and be like, okay, I was winning the front line even before I got the paralysis effect. That's important. That means my front line is strong here, even if I fail to get through on the flanks. That shield stays there too, which is very nice. This is a strat I learned from one of the tournament players in the Mechabellum Challengers tourney I've been casting with Knorr on twitch.tv/speed5official. I didn't know you could do this. It's really cool, but maybe it also you can do it with normal shields. I just wasn't placing it in the right spot. But there's like a point you can put with the shield airdrops UI where it's like, oh, you can shield airdrop on the enemy's flank, and that's so funny. Nice big commanding win there. This is our turn. I almost feel like this is maybe the fortress turn. We haven't got this far before. They're having a hard time with our flanks in general. Maybe this is the turn we bring in the fortresses. I mean, they're heavy on the marksmen, which are good. Their level 3 marksman without elite marksman isn't that endgame against a fortress with barrier. And fortresses with barriers when my fortresses, when my front line's already doing well, could just be the extra spice I need. It also helps kill the balls faster. So maybe go for the... Don't go for this. Ooh, extended range Arclight. What's your damage? 794, and their health is... Yeah, that just seems good. That seems good. Get that. I do think we go for the fortresses now. I could even go for 2 of them. Can I actually get a shield here too? Well, who needs to level up? You. So don't worry about the shield. But now we do want to try and not have the forts like get aggroed onto directly by the balls. But this turn they won't be, and we can always place We can always place a chaff in front next time. And the idea here is just that these fortresses are going to be able to get barriers later, but for now, maybe place a missile down here. Just because I hate those those fuckers. They're placing shields in a line like this, so let's place a missile here and just like make those. Oh, I didn't upgrade you. Also, I can move you though. Also, by the way, I can move you. Like so. I forgot I had deployment specialist on you. Okay, anyway, let's just see. So what do they do? What do they even do? I don't even see. Oh, Rhino. That's actually a really good... Rhinos get under shields. That's actually really smart. So that'll stop me there. That's actually really, really, really good. Rhino's melee ignores shields. That's really good. However, Rhino is bad against the fort. So as long as we kill their steel balls, the fort should have a really good round. Because my front line's still winning. That was the big thing here. As long as I don't like leave my flank open, this is looking alright. So the forts come in. They might get stuck on the shields if they have a problem here for a while. But there we go. They're going to kill him. My front line's already tanky, and this just makes them tankier. Forts to obliterate the Rhinos. Goodbye. Suicide Rhino too. Oh, they were going for the Suicide Rhino. Even nastier. They have photon coating too, so probably just leave the flanks as they are at this point. Very nice. If I wanted to be really cheesy, I could... And you know what? I think I do want to be really cheesy. On with this. Wait, doesn't this make them immune to being hacked, though? Immune to electromagnetic emission and acid effects, but not hacking. Okay, I want to do something. I'm winning right now. If this loses me the round, tell them I said it was worth it. So we're going to go enhance control. Units under hacker's control immediately recover the maximum HP. I'm going to go extra attack on you. I didn't lose the shield because of the melee thing there, so that's nice. Hello, buddy. Oh, but this isn't going to work unless I... kill you. This was dumb. This was dumb. It's not gonna work unless I actually kill you is the thing. So I need to do damage to you. But not with a Phoenix, because if I do it with a Phoenix... If I do it with single target, I need to do it with balls. I need to have a unit of balls here that laser you down. So that the hacker definitely gets you because of how hackers work. Meanwhile... Can I actually place a shield here? No, I can't. Upgrade you anyway. And just place, like, a chaff unit here, like another unit of crawlers. So that this marksman stops auto-killing you, and in fact, you go and kill them. And then I might get nuked. I think the cool thing here... I want to get upgrades. I want to get both. Hang on. Hey! Upgrade you fucking thing. Go det. Get barriers. And... I didn't get to upgrade that. Shit. Oh god, hurry up! I'm not even looking what's happening to me because I just have to see what happens over here. I just have to see it. That's mine. Fuck you. Killed that with my Phoenixes. Arclight's still going hard over here. On the side. Crawlers are pulling the enemy's front line apart. I'm dead on the right, so whatever happens with my fortress over there, the balls aren't dead in time, I see. But now that's my Rhino, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And you are done. Well, folks, it was looking scary in the start, but it turns out Wannabe Phoenix is not the chosen one they spoke of in the legends to stop the strat. The unnamed Beaglerush strat 1 here. What did they do? They did like a shielded... What was it? Like a Rhino drop-in, I think? And then what killed this fort? Just like my... I think probably my Phoenix has been busy with that for a while. Probably allowed the balls to not be killed fast enough. I didn't place a missile down to stop them this time either. And then they got thrown into my fort, because there's not like a chaff unit in front. But yeah, I probably should have placed this chaff here before. I just forgot. But yeah, like this is the big thing we were talking about here, where I've been saying it's going to happen, where if you place the Arclight on the side like this, then the sniper can just be placed like this. So in the future, even if we do it similarly, probably place the crawlers here and the Arclight there. But in this case, it was like a round 2 thing where I really wanted the crawlers just to be a bit cheesy, ambushy, and not get aggroed everything onto them at first and actually work. But in general, yeah, we don't want the Arclight here, we want the Arclight here, so that when you inevitably put a marksman to kill it, because your Mustangs aren't dying in droves, then the crawlers actually screen it. In this case, though, we were able to fix it up next round, or, you know, eventually, by putting another chaff unit in front. We did that on both sides. Well, it worked better over here, because over here, the Arc was already... No, we had redeploys, so we could just screen them that way. And then, you know, you've got the hacker. The Rhino was a really good answer here, especially like the attacked up Rhino. But then a Rhino up front here with nothing screening it, especially the only answer now is to steal it so that the suicide bomb doesn't go off and kill all your units, right? So of course it makes you want to go hackers. It's a late round, so we can afford to get the upgrade for them and just buy them straight up. You put the enhanced attack on the hacker so that they do even more hacking faster, because hacking is just a blue attack, it's just a different kind of attack. And when that blue attack reaches whatever their current HP is, you steal the unit. So we steal the Rhinos, send them back. That's why we take the Bulls, not Phoenixes here, even though it's a bit more awkward, because of how that works, that means if you burst kill the enemy too quickly, you might just kill them before the hacker can kill them, control them. Lasers are a great synergy with hacking, because it's about when the hacker hits that HP, so lasers will gradually, smoothly bring it down. They won't just blow up and do too much damage for the hacker to steal. Lasers plus hacker, you'll always get to hack the unit you're hacking, right? It'll just be like two bars that meet in the middle, one's going down, one's going up, smoothly. Forts, I think we're good. In the center formation, added a bit more beef when, like, I forced the strategy a bit more here than I did in other rounds, and you can see that in the first rounds where I was having a pretty tough time. Early comp, Bulls just wrecking my sledges, and their Arclights just wrecking my comp in general. You know, the Fangs never did a ton, but we did make it work because they, you know, again, just the Arclight armor is so cheap. 100 cost for this upgrade is so cheap, and with Tech Specialist it was only 50. And enemies just play into this so heavily with their tendency. Everyone just puts Mustangs in the back corners. I do it too. And if this becomes more popular against me, I'll have to think about this. Because it's very common to put Mustangs back here. They immunize you from Wasp bullshit. It's a good place to put them in the back because they have speed 16 to match with your main line eventually. They kill crawlers that, well, not on their own necessarily, but they do kill crawlers. They're just a good flanking protection screening unit that also adds to your backline. And yeah, people love to play them. And when you play an Armored Arclight, it's like, yeah, your next word will be Mustang flank counter, and goodbye. And it works really well, and, you know, people have a hard time dealing with it. I think flanks in general in this game are something where you go like, okay, like, you flanked me, haha, you got me with your trick, and now that the surprise is over, I beat your flank on my home turf. That's how it works for most of my matches at my combat power level. But this method of, like, actually committing harder to the flanks can really trip people up. I've had it done to me, and it can really trip you up, because you're like, hang on, a flank isn't meant to keep working, it's meant to be a bullshit surprise cheese move that only works for one turn, and now I see it and I counter it. Not so much, you know, you commit harder to it, it can just be a battle. And especially if you're doing it on both flanks at once, if you have that luxury, if you've been doing that well, that you can afford to, then it can be really hard for your opponent to answer it as well as they might think they can. And if they don't shut down those flanks really, really dominantly hard, they have to keep responding to them for the entire match, which again makes it harder, because Mechabellum, when it's line v line, is just, okay, I do my thing, you do your thing, we see what worked, what didn't, and we reiterate for the next turn, and then maybe, you know, there's some crawlers that I place Arclights to stop. And that's a lot easier to understand, but when you're fighting all the flanks at once, it's a lot more chaotic, it's a lot harder to see what's going on, it's a lot harder to tell, you know, what you need to do next than normal, and pivotively, it also means that your beautiful, pristine parade line in the middle, that works great in a Napoleonic line battle in the center, in a static engagement, maybe doesn't work so good when it starts getting pulled apart and its supporting elements are pulled out of place and its marksmen are pulled out of place because they have to deal with these 3 different battles instead of one big center battle. So in a lot of comps, it can be a lot harder for your opponent when you don't allow them to concentrate all their force of their plan and their comp into one single focal point, or one line, but instead you force them to split up. It can be really bad for certain comps. Anyway, another win for us. Phoenix is not the chosen one to stop the Phoenixes and everything else, but we're gonna keep going. I actually enjoyed this match. It was a bit more scrappy because I probably shouldn't have played this strat in the start. This is what I mean by, it will be good to learn other strats like this, to sort of learn, like, here's an opener that, you know, I can start with as a cookie cutter build. In this situation, okay, I want to have like 2 or 3 of those, right? Within the next week, I'd like to be able to think like, let's concoct this kind of unit comp and overall battle plan that I concocted for these guys, girls, and MBs, piloting my units. Let's do that for 2 or 3 different varied openings that can work with different specialists, can work against different comps, all that sort of thing. Probably in that sense will help if they have like common units in between, like if they all have sledges in them or they will have Phoenixes, then it helps because then, you know, I can pick my comp and then see theirs and be like, oh, Bulls and Arclights, maybe we should do that instead, right? And pivot. Anyway, another good one. I'm going to keep playing them. Let's go. Unless this is the last one you saw today, in which case, a very solemn see you for the next one.